What's up, guys? It's your boy Beatty back here with another video. Today I got we're calling it the Real Muscle Podcast, right? You like
that? You said real muscle, right? Or what it was?
Real Muscle Podcast. I googled it just to make sure that nobody else took the name, and it's free. So
yeah.
We're gonna call it Real Muscle Podcast. And then obviously I got Henry, my co-host. And
You.
Yeah. And so we got a special guest, Big Mike from LA. Are you originally from LA or Long Beach?
No, I'm actually from. I grew up in like the Inland Empire area. I didn't move to LA till later on in life.
Oh, okay. So, well, I guess all
Call it LA. Call it LA.
Okay, I guess like all three of us moved like later on, I guess, in life at some point.
Yeah, I remember when I ran into Mike at Goals, I think he had just moved out. Did you move out in like 2018 or like late?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's yeah. Because I remember seeing him there. I was like, hey, people that don't know, me and Mike competed against each other at the 2017 amateur Goals. So that's how I knew him. I was like, man, yeah, I saw you. Didn't I compete against you like last year?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. That was actually, I think, the day that I moved.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, so Mike moved here in 2018. Which month? Do you remember?
I think it was towards the end of the year. I think it was October, November.
Okay, and then Henry, you moved here in 2017?
Yep, October 2017. I think it was like October 7th or something like that.
And then I moved here. We in 2020. I moved here July 2017, I guess. Yeah, because I competed 2018, right? Okay, so yeah, I moved here July 2017. So I've been here before y'all. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I thought I was the last one to move for this. Time flies, man. Time flies. But do y'all miss home, or you already left? But when you was living in LA, did you miss Florida? Oh no, Georgia.
Oh, me. At first I did, man. I didn't really like LA at first. I pretty much hated it. But the only thing I really liked about it at the time was Gold's Gym.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, over time, as I the longer we were there, the more I liked it. And I actually miss it a little bit now, man. The only thing I don't really miss about LA is just the cost of living, but everything else is pretty much perfect. The weather, Gold's Gym, the networking, just meeting people and, just being surrounded by people, in the industry and all that. So,
like-minded people.
But other than that, only been in Charleston for 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure I'll like it here once, all this Rona stuff is done and things open back up. I haven't really gotten the full experience of Charleston yet, so yeah, we'll see.
I think it always takes like an adjustment period. Like when you first move there, you got no job, you got no friends, you don't know nobody. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like uncomfortable. But then once you kind of like start to meet people and get adjusted, then it's kind of cool after that. You know what I'm saying? How about you, Mike?
Right. Yeah. That's the same thing with LA. I was there. I didn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was just tough at first, but once you're there, you get in your own little routine and stuff. It gets better.
You kind of
things happen quick.
Yeah, dude. How about you, Mike? You how long?
Well, where I came from, it's only like two hours away, but I mean I don't miss it. I was actually driving. I was driving like 2 or 3 times a week to come to Golds, making like 4-hour trips, man. Just to train so I can be in the environment. But I don't miss it. I love LA. I love where I'm at.
That's dope. So for those that don't know, Mike is a national level NPC competitor. Henry Jack is the IFBB pro, obviously. I've had you on my channel before. And I basically met, I think me and Henry already talked about how we met. We actually met at Gold. Everybody thought I was Henry, and then it was kind of. I'm like, everybody keep coming up to me, like, what are you talking about? I don't know nobody. I met Mike at a secret gym location. We got a mutual friend, Maurice, that he was telling me about you, and then I seen you. I was like, okay, that must be Mike over there. But
Yeah.
speaking about the secret gym, did he charge you extra?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
Yes, he did.
I'm just making sure he's doing that to everybody because I mean like I get it because it's hard for him to stay open even though he should be able to because it's private, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be he's taking like a lot of attack from like the city and stuff like that. So I kind of get it. I don't mind paying the extra little fee, just to be able to have.
Yeah, I'm grateful for it, man, because at the time I was going to a different gym. I was getting jerked around by a different gym. I understand like it's underground. We're not supposed to be there, but don't jerk us around. Tell us the truth. So I'm very grateful for him. Even the crazy times we do have to be there, but it's a release for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we talked about last time. Like it's not even a physique thing. Like we could spare losing the 5 pounds, 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But it's not even that. It's mental. We need some kind of mental release just to have something to like take our mind off of everything going on and just it's like meditation. It's like therapy. It's like a lot of people can't relate unless they feel the same. But it's hard to explain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel like right now, I look around the room, I see like the serious people that's there. I don't even think we're even training hard, man. It's just like we're just there. I think last time me and you was there, we closed the place down. It was just like we needed some place to go. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Like I can't say that I'm training nearly as hard as I usually do.
Yeah.
I just need some place to be to like get my mind off everything and just kind of like I don't know. It's more like relaxing for me than like hardcore. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, how you been holding up during the whole virus? So have anything changed for you, or is business as usual?
Well, I'm married, so my wife has they laid her off, so that's kind of stressful. I'm used to like a 2 income family thing type of thing. So I got 2 kids also, so it's stressful, but we keep our heads up. We do activities, we're not like extra stingy type of people. We get like our necessities. We don't go anywhere. We're not fancy. So we're living, man. I'm just hoping that everything blows over. It hasn't changed how I eat or how it changed how my family eats. Mm-hmm. So as long as we're happy and we can still eat and we can still happy, that's all that matters to me, man.
The $1 million question is: do you still have? Do you have toilet paper?
I do, but I had to make some trips to the hood to go get some, man.
Because for about a week, I was using the like napkins from the store.
Me too.
Well, yeah. Paper towels too, but the funny part is now when I go, there's more toilet paper than paper towels in the place.
Okay.
For like, and then Henry, it's been like a week or over a week since we talked. Have anything? Wait, can you hear me, Henry?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I wasn't sure. But yeah, have anything changed? Have you been able to like find places to work or odd jobs or whatever you over there?
Yeah, I've got a few places check into, man, but I'm just trying to weigh out my options. I got a few places. I'm just trying to figure out which. It's more like a balance between like jobs I want to do versus the income. So being in LA, I was making a bit more money, so I kind of adjusted like my living expenses to that. So like I'm trying to find something that pays a bit better, even though it may not be something I may be my first choice. So that's where I'm at, man. It's trying to like decide what I want to do, if it's a job I like to do for less or not necessarily the ideal one for a little bit more. So I got a little bit more time to kind of plot on it, and but that's where I'm at with it though.
I feel like it's a little bit harder now because like jobs are limited because most places are closed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always easy to get like a little like a, let's say like a bouncing gig or something like that. Most of them right now is not really it's not much gigs going around. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And then hold on, I gotta decline this FaceTime. What's going on here? But yeah, so I feel like it's going to be a little bit harder right now to
Right.
to get a job. But I guess it's still possible. And like as far as training, you can't really train anybody. I know a lot of us, will have a client here and there, but it's really no gyms to train clients at. So that makes it a little bit harder too.
Yeah, I know for me, man, like I'm not able to do anything I was doing in LA. I mean, I was doing some security on the weekends in LA, but they had shut that down.
Yep.
And just pretty much everything changed, So I know in Charleston, it's cool. Things aren't terrible, but yeah, I don't have anywhere to train. I'm just trying to ration out as much money as I can and all that and stuff, man. So just making it happen regardless.
Somebody told me, a friend of mine told me that if you either get laid off of work or you can't work because of the virus, that if you file for unemployment, they'll automatically give you $600. I don't know how true this is, but
that's definitely true because my wife did it, and that's a fact.
And she already got it.
So she already got it. So whatever they approve you for, they'll give you $600 more on top of that.
Oh, okay.
So like, is that $600 more per week or just a month?
Per week, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's per week.
We missing out then, Henry. We got to get up on that.
Yeah.
We over here missing out.
I mean, I filed for unemployment already, but I didn't know much about that. I heard about it, but I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah, to be honest, I have no clue how that works. I'm gonna just try my best to get what I can get, but I don't really know how to do that. I mean, I have the website and everything, but I'm not really good with that kind of stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like to wait. I don't have a lot of patience. I don't like to sign papers. I don't like to deal with none of that. But I mean, hey, the desperate time call for desperate measures, right?
Right.
Yep.
Make it happen. Yep. And then, have you heard about the stimulus check? From what I'm hearing, that it's just a advance on your tax return, so you still got to pay it back next year.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I've been seeing. So they don't tell you.
I mean, if that's the case, I may not get anything. Then if it's an advance, I've never gotten a tax refund ever.
Yeah, no. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna give it to you, but then now you gotta pay that extra.
Oh, you got to pay that back next year. Okay.
I don't want it then. Keep it.
Hey, if that's the case, I don't want it either.
Come on, like I don't know what's gonna happen next year. I don't want to advance.
Yeah.
Like that sounds crazy. I'm like, this is, and then in Canada, I got some friends in Canada as well. Quinn Beastwood, Quinn Araya.
Yeah.
So they getting $2,000 a month until it's over, basically.
What?
How are we gonna let Canada outdo us? Like we got money over here. What's up with that? That's wild, man. That's wild.
Hey man, the United States, we're against handing out money, man. That's how solid it is.
It's wild because the issue is that if you tell people they can't go nowhere, then you got to in return like take care of them, I guess, right? Because if we can't go out and make a living, then it's up to the government to kind of like take care of us for the most.
Right.
I guess it don't work like that.
I agree.
It's wild. It's wild times out here, man. Wild times out here. But also, I didn't have Mike on the last episode. We didn't talk about the virus much, but I want to ask, what do you think about it overall? Like, do you think it's obviously at this point it's serious as far as the impact it's having? But what do you think about the virus itself? Do you think like if you get it, you're gonna die? Do you think only elderly gonna pass away? Do you think the virus is that serious?
It's definitely real. It's definitely hitting home. I know some people that have had it. I think that if you're a generally healthy person, you can overcome it. If you're like say, I was watching the news earlier last week. It said like the Black community has the highest rates of people dying. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I got an opinion on that, man, because I go to these stores, I see what people buy. All the bad food that they put in their bodies that we're already predestined for, like high blood pressure and diabetes and all that. So if you're not really taking care of yourself and something like this tragically hits, then it has a better chance of taking body and killing you, you know? But I think if you're generally healthy and have strong enough lungs and strong enough body, I think you can overcome it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Why do you think the government is making a big deal as far as, okay, like we've had SARS, we had swine flu, we had Ebola, we had Zika, we had a bunch of diseases, viruses going on, and at no point, no matter how much people die, at no point has the government, especially the U.S. government, has ever taken like such like crazy steps or like drastic measures to kind of like stop it from spreading. Why do you think in 2020 that's the thing? Do you think it's a social media thing? Do you think it's just media in general trying to get views, so they're hyping it up more? Do you think there's like some kind of hidden agenda or something? Or what do you think about that?
Now, you know what? I don't think it's a hidden agenda, but I think now social media has a larger reach, so maybe people have panicked. One thing I have noticed is there's like a lot of negative news about it on the news, but they don't say how many people survived it. Hey, they overcame it. But I think it's just that, plus social media gives us access to the world, you know? Mm-hmm. So we can finally see China's doing this. We can really see, China's doing this. Italy's doing this. Germany's doing that. So I think with that scare over there hitting harder first, mm-hmm. I think that just rolled over here and just, it was like a domino effect, you know?
Yeah.
People were scared there. They start looking. Then you're going to be scared because the news, I think the news fuels it, mm-hmm. obviously. But, yeah. I think the main thing is we have reach with social media. We can see what's going on ourselves in mm-hmm. other countries.
Do you think the death tolls are skewed a little bit? Because I seen a post. It was like it showed them packing dead bodies into like a freezer truck in Brooklyn, like coronavirus deaths. Watch as they load death body.
Yeah.
And whereas my sister's a nurse, my mom is a nurse, right? That happens on a daily basis.
Right.
Like they're always shipping dead people out because the people are dying. A lot of people are dying every day, all the time. So,
right.
How does the media even know that they died from coronavirus? They don't know.
I think everybody that's dying as of lately automatically gets the coronavirus tag.
I actually seen articles on that. Like a lot of people have been saying, like anybody who's died lately, they just listed as coronavirus.
Yeah.
Think about this.
I don't know how true that is though, but I've seen numerous articles on it.
Don't quote me, right? But if you're already dead, you can't then go get tested for. They can't test you for coronavirus if you're already dead. So unless you were positive before, how are they knowing that you died from coronavirus? I don't.
They don't know.
Yeah,
they don't. It's just a tag.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna say nobody's dying from it. I do think some people have died from it, but I think every single death that's happened within the last 2-3 months have just been called coronavirus death, no matter what happened. If you die from pneumonia, if you die from the flu, if you just die, if you have a heart attack, I feel like it's all being blamed on coronavirus. I'm not sure why they're being so dramatic with that, but I don't know, to be honest with you.
Right.
I do. That's why I like the numbers. Yeah, the numbers won't ever be accurate. It's just, it's. I mean, I already felt like it was kind of impossible to keep track of. But once you see the articles, it's like, how much of it is inflated, and how much isn't. So
exactly. And some people have been saying that China is lying about their numbers now. That's why it's going down so much. But there's still people like dying in China. They're just not. It's a different country. They don't have the same rules as us. They can kind of do whatever they want. So
right.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It all sounds a little fishy, but I think there's people on the opposite spectrum that are being too careless as well, though. I think that there's some people still saying that, it's all fake. Like some of the conspiracy people are saying it's all fake. There's no virus. I think that's being a little too far in the opposite direction.
That's a little bit too far, man, because it's definitely something,
It's definitely something out there for sure. So I would say just take your regular precautions. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? Well, now you don't have a choice to wear the mask. From what I'm hearing that on the 15th, which is I think it's today.
Tomorrow.
they're saying that if you don't have a mask, you'll get fined. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was actually in Ralph's. I mean, I think like the end of last week, and the manager came up to me and said, "You have to leave or put on a mask." I'm like, I said, it hasn't gone into effect yet, but I guess apparently the actual stores can make those rules now. So she almost kicked me out.
Yeah, it definitely happened to me too. The same thing happened to me. I was filming a prank video with my boy Eric, and I walked into 7-Eleven, and he told me that I couldn't be in there without the mask. So at the time I didn't have a mask, so at least they were selling it. So I bought one for like $1.
Yeah.
And then I actually hopped in the Uber, and the Uber driver said, "Nah, you can't come in here. You don't have a mask." I'm like, "You serious? I've already accepted my ride and everything." I mean, the app should tell you that before you even come. And then I just told him I would like cover my nose with my shirt, which I did for like 1 minute, and then I just pulled it back down. But yo, for you guys that don't know, Mike has been to Kuwait, trained with Big Ramy and all those guys there. His trainer is actually Chris Cormier, so he like opposing coach out there. He trained some guys out there, and Mike has been there. How many times have you been there actually?
Twice.
How long have you stayed on those?
My longest time was 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of mystique behind Kuwait. A lot of people are like, what are they doing? What's the secrets? How are they so big? How are they so good? So let's start with the actual gym. What do you think about the actual equipment, as far as the culture there, as far as the knowledge they have in the gym, the trainers, all that?
So the actual gym is pretty much like a bodybuilder's heaven. You know, you have all the makes, all angles. Each floor is based off of body parts. So you got your arms and chest. They have one floor for legs and one floor for back, one floor for cardio. They have every single maker ever imagined. They got old machines, new machines. They got hoists. They got all that.
Compared to Gold's, like how much better is it than Gold's equipment wise?
Equipment wise, night and day. Night and day.
Wow, real.
Night and day. Atmosphere.
Yeah, atmosphere.
Atmosphere. It's okay. It's different. You know, it's definitely different. There's not a lot of, like you would think, like with all these machines, all these hardcore bodybuilders is far and few. It's just the pros that you actually see in some of the amateurs. Majority is just like your regular people working out. So when you go there as a bodybuilder, they stare at you pretty bad because it's like, you know, it's far and few. Knowledge as far as like training, I would say that's probably like below average. You know, some things they just aren't, you know, accustomed to based off it because they're spoiled with all these machines. You know.
Yeah.
So like they have like 100 different angles of the hack squat, so you don't have to put a roller behind you. You don't have to do all this and work different muscles. They have a separate machine for all these smaller parts that we would do some adjustments for to actually make work. You know.
I like that.
I heard. I also heard they don't let women into the gym. Is that true?
Not at all. So they do, but you have to be like a serious pro, and you have to go like early in the morning. But it's like a regular women, you can't go. They have like separate gyms for like women. But if you're like Shanique Grant, she would probably be able to go in there, but it would be early in the morning. Nobody's in there, and they would close it down for her. I seen it happen.
So they let in jacked women, but not regular jacked women.
It's not happening, man. Another thing is when you go there, after you finish like doing your set, they got people to like take the weights off for you. You can you say if you're still working on your set, hey, give me another 40, 45. Like you never have to put the weights on. You can put them off yourself.
Really?
They stand there and do it for you. Yeah.
Do they do that for everybody, or you have to be part of the actual crew?
Not for everybody. Just mainly like the more competitive group. After you're done, as soon as you get off, they spray it, wash it down. It's very clean, super clean.
So if me and Henry just pop up there like unannounced, and we start working out.
You'll never have to touch your weight. They'll put everything in your hand for you.
Yo,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I gotta go to Kuwait.
we
I gotta go to Kuwait.
like you can literally sit there and like do dumbbell incline and just not ever get up, and just keep your hands here.
That makes me want to open a gym and have that same
Yeah. Yeah, like they'll spot you. They can get some forced reps in. It's crazy.
Hey, you know what? You know what Kuwait reminds me of? You know the old Gold's Gym clips when it's just Cormier and Dillette and all those guys.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what like Kuwait is right now. Like as far as like, you know, serious bodybuilders being in the gym. Not to take anything away from Gold's. Gold's always be Gold's, but I feel like they're more catered towards bodybuilders for sure now.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And is it true that they have like a restaurant at the gym or?
Oh yeah. So at every because there's like I went to 3 different oxygens. So the main one I was at, I would go down there post workout, just tell her how many grams. Like they don't have ounces there, so you tell them in grams. I would need like 200 grams of chicken, 100 grams of steak, and 300 grams of rice. Within 1 minute, it's hot, sitting at the table. They got whatever you need.
Oh, wow.
Whatever you need. Like you don't have to leave. You don't have to put no stuff in no microwave. You just tell them, and you can even tell them, I need 5 meals with this, and that, and they'll have it ready for you.
And then I'm assuming you got to pay for this too, right?
Yeah. So each meal is like $6, $5.
Oh, so it's not
nothing.
Oh,
it was nothing.
Wow.
They're gonna have to bring oxygen gym to the States.
I know. I told them that one time. It was like a dream come true.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if they did, they would make so much money, especially if they brought it somewhere like LA or New York or something.
So,
Man.
Yep.
And also, I know Kuwait is like a Muslim country, right? So they pray 5 times a day.
Correct.
So it usually, when you go to Muslim country, they usually play it on like a loudspeaker, right? Like
yes,
the whole it's crazy. Like you'll hear it throughout the whole country, like no matter where you are. You
can hear it in the gym, like mid set, everything will stop, and it's like they do what they got to do right there.
Okay, so if you're not Muslim, like would they take offense if you don't stop? If you just keep lifting?
So out of respect, I did stop. Just because I didn't want to be awkward, but out of respect, I made sure I stopped, you know.
And so you stop until they do people stop and pray there or no?
Yeah, right then and there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 minutes?
5 minutes. They even had like a separate room too. So like some people would actually stop and go downstairs. They would like wash their arms, wash their feet, and then go downstairs to like a whole prayer room, separate prayer room. Or some people would just do it right there.
That's intense. And okay, so do you wait till they finish praying completely before you?
I did. Yeah.
It's not long, anyways.
No. It wasn't long, but I made sure I stopped. I didn't want to be disrespectful, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So do the actual serious bodybuilders like getting ready for Olympia? Like, would Ramy like stop and pray too as well?
So it would be around times where it wasn't going to interrupt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So like usually Ramy went in there like late evening, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. So it was definitely after. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Just like avoid the time rather than
exactly.
During Ramadan, which some people might not know, Ramadan is when Muslims like fast and they don't eat while the sun is up. They don't eat, right?
Yeah.
Do people still train during Ramadan, or
so I actually left the day before. I actually left there the day before because when you're there, like there's no restaurant opens. There was no way I would be able to eat.
Oh, good. Good point, because nobody's eating.
Yeah, nobody's eating. But from what I hear, in the evening time, they fuel up and they still get it done. It's not as heavy and intense, but they still get it done.
I wonder how, like the non-Muslims, like the guests, I wonder what they do during Ramadan. How they get their food and stuff.
So it has to be ordered like way in advance. Way in advance. So like you have to make sure like the day prior you got all your meals.
You filled up.
Yeah, so if you're not prepared, because there's no supermarket open, McDonald's, there's nothing open.
That could be a little inconvenient. I'm just plugging in my real quick.
All right.
I'm plugging in my computer quick. Okay, so what everybody
and even on like Friday. So Fridays is like a day of like prayer for them, right? So Thursday night I would have to make sure that I had all my food for Friday because nothing open till like 4 or 5 or 6 p.m.
Okay. You gotta be
So
weird.
Yeah, you had to make sure like you had everything on point. The first week I didn't know, so I'm like, I'm gonna go somewhere and get some food. I'm gonna go to Applebee's or whatever.
Oh, you was hungry.
It's close. It's close.
So everybody always wants to know what's the big deal, what's the secret that everybody's so huge, everybody looks so good in Kuwait, right? So
yeah,
if you had to pick I guess 3 different categories, right? So you got food, training, and supplementation, gear, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could throw an environment in there too. So let's say 4. Which like can you put it in order? In which order of importance is everything taken there to get them their results from food, diet, gear, supplementation, and environment?
So you want me to put it as importance to them or what I saw?
For what you saw, that which out of those were getting them the most results in comparison to us, I guess you could say.
Okay, all right. So for them,
point.
Mm-hmm. For them, first was always supplementation.
Okay.
That was like super big, like super big, right? Secondly was
when you say super big, are you talking about the quality, the amounts, the knowledge of like what to do together, or
all the above, all the above. Like for them, that's more important than training hard and eating good.
Okay.
So yeah. Everything.
I didn't expect that.
So all that stuff that people like, oh, they do the same thing we do in the States. That's basically not true.
Nah. Like everything is strong.
Okay. I feel like we finally got.
I figured, but thing is, I figured if you're gonna go there and like just eat, sleep, and train, you might as well do it to the extreme, right? That's what I figured.
Definitely.
If you don't go there,
everybody, all the other pros who went there was like, no, it's the same thing. I'm just like, it's no way it'd be exactly the same, or else you wouldn't go there.
Definitely not.
So many people said it that I started believing. I'm like, it must just be being away from your family. I don't know.
Yeah. But you know what? So like for us,
mm-hmm.
I think out there is more beneficial with their food. I was able to eat like 8 meals a day, like all beef, like 10 ounces of beef every meal.
Mm-hmm.
But like their beef didn't have no chemicals. It was so soft that like I was digesting everything. So I was eating like crazy, but it wasn't like it was digesting like perfectly fine. So within like an hour and a half, after having like a 10 ounce, 11 ounces of steak, I'm ready to go again and eat the same thing,
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Would you say like their protocols, is it like alarming? Like me and Henry are pretty mild. Like if we go out there with me and Henry, be like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You're like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Definitely 100%. Like I'm a pretty low guy, So even my first couple of days, I was just like, man, this is something right, So for your non-crazy guys, it's definitely a shocker, man. 100% a shocker. Even for American, aggressive, it still might be a shocker because everything's legal. So it's nothing watered down. It's nothing, you can walk into like a Walmart or Target and buy whatever you need to buy.
Oh, wow. Can you pick it?
Like
let's say if you're part of the crew, right? Do you have to follow what they say, or can you just be like, I think I'll do this. I think I want to do this, or you got to be part of the team if you're part of the team.
So So from what I saw,
I guess it's pointless.
you have some. You have some, like, if you were knowledgeable about it, you have some input on it, but some of the guys weren't really knowledgeable about what's going in, you know? So they were just like, yeah, whatever, you know?
I guess in some way they'll be pointless to go out there just to not listen to them, right? You might as well stay.
Correct. Because, I mean, I would say, like, they're pretty knowledgeable with it because it's legal, so it's not like, you don't have to find some hidden article or ask the old guy at them, hey, what did you do? You know, I've met like 4 or 5 chemists there that were pretty knowledgeable, yeah. And I was able to walk in like big time pharmacies and sit with the pharmacist and really talk like openly about what's the difference between this and this, you know. So
it's not like they're randomly doing crazy stuff. Like they know exactly what they're doing as well. They're not.
Exactly. Okay. So when I was there, like I'll keep it open with you. When I was there, Bader pretty much asked me. He was like, "Hey, I got this new type of Deca. Mm-hmm. Would you like to test it out?" Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Sure." It's water based. Mm-hmm. Let me try it out. And it was crazy. It was crazy.
So the water base goes into your system pretty fast, huh?
Everything was fast acting. Like I would go every other day to do like the little injection. So when you're with them, you have to go at a certain time to the little doctor inside the gym, and you get your injections or whatever your protocol is. You know.
Okay. So you said the gear implementation was the first, and then how about second on the list?
So for them, gear is first. Second is food. Training from what I saw from them is definitely last. Okay. Definitely last. The Americans, like not. Well, I can't say the Americans because Nathan's not American. He trained hard. Rolly trained hard. Brandon trained hard. But from people that were native there, training is always it was last.
So pretty much all the top pros train pretty hard.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But that's cool. You know, and they got everything there for you. It's just like a one-stop shop for everything.
I think the biggest jump I've ever seen out there was Ron. You know Ron Gibson.
Yeah.
That was crazy to me.
Yeah, he had jumped up to like 3-something, right?
Yeah. When I was there, I got up to like 320, and it was super uncomfortable. You know, it was just too big, man.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I got back home, I ate. I had 2 meals here, and I got sick. Like something's up with the whatever they put in the food here in America. I had like a regular chicken and rice meal that was homemade, and I got sick.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How much?
Definitely way more kosher out there.
Definitely.
Right. How much did you weigh when you first got there?
290.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference.
290, bro.
So okay.
290. So I did like a normal thing. Everything I took was like water based. I did like some, well, you know, a lot of it was like water weight. But I left it strong, man. Like it was crazy. I didn't do any of their growth. But their growth is super strong.
So why didn't you do that?
Why? Because every time I went to go buy it, it was sold out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was sold out, and I just gave up. You know, because after that, I was like, it seems to be working great. You know.
Yeah.
You might have got up
when it was time to go home. Go ahead.
You probably would have been 350 if you tried.
Exactly. I even did insulin out there, bro. It was crazy, man.
Everything's better.
You cut out.
Oh, I said everything is better than pretty much.
Yeah. Everything's super powerful. It's not watered down. Cheap, super cheap. Like American dollars, I was paying like $20 per.
I think
Wow.
$25. Yeah.
I think
price was an issue then.
Yeah.
I felt like out of all the people that's been there, Mike has been the most honest. Cause like,
yeah, man. Because when you see all the other interviews, like people just like, oh, you know, it's just, I was just able to eat, sleep, and train. That's why I gained 20 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. But you know, they don't say, like, they don't tell you why they were able to eat all these meals a day. It's
right.
Because the actual food, man, is different.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah. You know, the gym is open 20 hours a day. You can go whenever you want. When you get there, it's just like a thumbprint. You put your thumbprint in there, and the door's open.
I want to go out there one day then.
Yeah,
definitely,
for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I figured like something had to be different because you know that they look different. You know, they look different.
Yeah.
A lot of people go out there. Like I remember when Nathan came back and trained with Matt Jensen, he looked completely different. He looked smaller. He looked flatter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when he was out there, he had this crazy full look, and he was still hard. So I'm like, something got to be different.
Yeah.
Matt, Matt is pretty good of a coach. You know, so there has to be something missing that you know what I'm saying that he's not either able to get or able to do out there. So it's kind of finally, you know, being able to get the honest account. I mean, it does make sense. It does make sense. You know what I'm saying.
I mean, you know, other than training, there's not really much to do. We would walk around the mall like every day. Me and Nathan. That was it, and just sat there and watched movies until it was time to go train. Yeah.
That kind of helps too. Like when you get that much rest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It helps too. So with the Kuwait thing, do you have to get like invited there, or you have to know somebody?
I mean, so it's good if you know somebody, but I've known people just to go out there, get like an extended stay, like a little small apartment or hotel, and once you get there, they see you. Mm-hmm. That's all that needs to happen. They just need to see you. Like for me, I got there. I was able to go with Chris. Mm-hmm. I didn't know any. I knew Nathan, but I didn't know like Bader. I didn't know any of those guys. You know. But once I got there and they see like you're a serious bodybuilder, they're gonna talk to you no matter what. And all of a sudden you're gonna have food companies wanna send you food to your hotel, like meal prep companies. Mm-hmm. Try them all, you know. get that free food, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Some supplement stores trying to send you stuff to your hotel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go out there then. I gotta save up some paper out there, bro. Cause that's not much impact for me, to be honest with you. Exactly. If I could get like a solid year out there, I feel like I can do some damage.
Definitely.
Who's the hardest trainer?
100%. The hardest trainer that I saw was Nathan. Nathan. Rolly was there, but he was injured. But I've heard that, you know, Rolly goes hard. But from what I saw, Nathan, 100%.
Okay.
Like Nathan never got tired. Nothing was ever too heavy, and everything was controlled. Nathan went hard, man.
That's dope.
So you weren't there when Curry was there, huh?
No, when I got there, Curry was about to come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. As a matter of fact, he was already there, but he wasn't there at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I was there when Akeem was there. Me and Akeem were there at the same time.
Okay. Akeem's pretty freaky looking in person.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's
so me and Akeem were there at the same exact time.
That's what's up, man.
So, speaking of Curry, do you feel like if Curry does a prep this year and he's not able to go to Kuwait, I I know the airports are technically still open, but I don't know if you're allowed to fly to Kuwait and back to U.S. So if he's not able to go to Kuwait,
Right.
do you feel like it's going to affect his physique a lot?
Man, I think so. Because from what I've heard him speaking on, that time away really helps him. You know, he got a gang of kids, man, and that makes a difference. You know, like your daily life makes a difference. So if you're alone, focused solely on that, I believe that will affect him. You know, but you know, I don't think Oxygen is open yet, and I don't think they're gonna be open for a while.
Good point. I forgot about that. So he can't even go if he could really.
Yeah, it's not open.
That's not good for
Hey
him.
man, if this year Olympia happens, like it's going to be interesting to see because a
Yeah.
lot of people aren't going to be on their A game.
No, 100%. I agree.
So I'm curious to see how that happens if it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, because last year, a lot of people didn't even look their best. So imagine this year with all the crutches. You know what I'm saying? That's not
Yeah.
good. To be honest, like, depending on when all of this is over, even if they can have it, I don't think it might not be in their best interest to even have it. Because
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Me neither.
You want to see everybody at their best, and you want the best to qualify. A lot of people might not even be able to qualify, and then if they do, it might not look that good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if
they even pushed back the New York Pro to like August.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 1 month away. So what's going to happen between everything in between? You know?
Yeah.
It don't.
I think what a lot of people are thinking, like, it's going to be like a light switch once everything's over.
Nah.
And I don't see that. I don't see life just instantly returning back to normal, even once the numbers die down. You know, so that's the main thing I think about. You know, everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm still prepping. No disrespect to anybody. Or, oh yeah, I'm still hosting my show. And you know, I just I think they're not really thinking like, hey, even if we're able to go back out, I don't think they're going to allow huge numbers for a while. I was telling my fiance this other day, you got to look at major sports like NBA, NFL. If they're not playing sports, nobody else is doing anything.
Right.
Because remember, we followed suit of what they did. As soon as the NBA shut down, everything else shut down. So I don't think anything's going to start until those major sporting events open back up.
Yeah, I mean, even I before I got on this call, they had the California governor had a press conference, and somebody asked him, hey, you know, we have 4th of July coming up, we have Memorial Day coming up, and all these events. If everything stables out, do you see us being back to even close to normal? He said straight up, no. If there's events that are having, you know, multiple hundreds of people, or even 100 people or 1,000, it's not going to happen. So I'm like, well, my first thought, that's a bodybuilding show right there. That's not going to happen. You know, and I don't think like people are even training for the USAs. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like your best bet is to relax, because if you just keep prepping for months on months on months, if something does happen, you're not going to look your best, because how long are you going to stay peaked or stay prepping, you know?
Yeah.
Eventually, your body just doesn't look that good anymore. And then that would be like a waste of a prep, and you just prep for like 6 months just to be mediocre. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you're better off just relaxing, taking a break, and then once things start up, then you start making decisions of what you're going to do.
I don't see how people can fully prep and focus on something with all the uncertainty, you know? Like, if you tell me, okay, my show is January 1st, then that's what I set my mind to. So, like, I can't see how people do it. Like, you know, like, my show may or not happen, and it may I'm not going to prep, you know?
Yeah, same here. I got to be fully committed, or I got to be all in. If I'm not all in, I'm probably going to be all out. I can't be in limbo. There's no way I'm going to bring my best look being in limbo. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, for me at least. We've been going an hour already. That's crazy.
Dang, really? Wow.
Let me try to answer at least one question.
All right.
That was good though. That was some good insight.
Yeah.
hopefully the recording is good because my Wi-Fi was acting up. I think because I had too many things on, like
okay.
stuff on, but hopefully, at least the audio was sounding good. I think.
Yep.
Let me see if I can get it good. A good question. People ask like a lot of the like macro questions. Like, do any of y'all even like count your macros for the most part?
Not right now.
Also,
Nah.
ever since I got a coach, I haven't counted my macros.
See, my thing is that it doesn't really matter what my total is. If I know I'm having 10 ounces of chicken a meal or 10 ounces this, you know, I know I'm getting enough. I know I'm getting like at least like 400 or something like that. So I don't really have to calculate everything. I don't really care to do that, to be honest. I couldn't tell you how much fats I have. I just know I add a little bit of fats every meal. I don't really need to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really need to know the exact total for me to know how to cut back, because you could just, you know, or if you have a coach, you know, which I do when I prep, they just cut back on meals. You don't, the total doesn't really matter that much to me. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this: when I prepped myself and I did my own stuff, I always counted my macros just because I needed to know. But I mean, if I'm handing my diet over to my coach, there's no need for me to.
For you to put that in.
I can kind of guesstimate what it is, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
For the most part, in the back of my head, I always kind of know. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like without thinking about it, like I know if I'm having this much, I know I'm like around 300 carbs. Like I always kind of know, but I never really added up. And then especially calories. A lot of people ask me about the calories. I'm like, calories don't really matter to me. Like if you were gonna count calories, then you might as well just count your macros instead. Because if I tell you I'm at 5,000 calories, if you try to do 5,000 calories, but of whatever you want to eat, it's going to be a completely
different. Different.
If I get 5,000 calories of all carbs and fats, that's going to be a completely different look than if I get 5,000 calories of high protein, moderate carbs, moderate fats. So I don't really get into that too much, but I think that's it for this episode, bro. It's already been over an hour, but it feels like 10 minutes, right? It don't feel
it feels like legit like it's been like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's funny. But you know, like when you be in the gym and you start talking a little bit, and then you start losing your pump, and you look, you're like, damn, it's been 20 minutes, but it felt like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That happened to me and Mike the other day. We was talking. I look
on Monday.
Like I'm getting hungry. Like what the hell? And I look at the time. Like damn, we've been talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Mike, thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time out your day to come on.
Appreciate you, man.
Same for you, Henry. I appreciate you. So let's try to do this again. I could just probably like add on another guest if anything. You know what I'm saying? See.
Right.
Never too much. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy the rest of your day, gentlemen.
All right, bro. See you next time.
I see you, Henry.
All right.
All right.